Good morning, Flosstube. I almost sneezed. That would have been a good morning. How are you? It is Thursday, January 3rd, 2020. I am Helen D. Thank you for joining me again. If I'm not looking at you, I'm looking over here. Hubby got me a camera for Christmas, so I'm trying it out. He was so tired of listening to me complain about my phone that he bought me a little camera that I can use for making videos and, you know, shooting my son's concerts or whatever else we want to use it for. I'm sure it will get lots of use. Cameras have come a long way. We've never owned one. This thing weighs nothing. Hopefully it's very easy to use. This will be my first one kind of figuring out how to upload and all of that. I'm looking over here on the little screen. It has the pop-out side screen. It says it's recording. Doesn't tell me how long, but there shouldn't be a limit. So we will just wing it and see what happens. Back to school today. Dropped my son off early. He had chorus. He has this extra chorus he's in that meets in the morning on Thursdays. Dropped him off, did my little happy dance, went to the grocery store. I have to go to another store in town to look for waterproof gloves. They weren't open yet. Need to go to the post office to drop off my cobweb corner giveaway winners from last video. Wasn't open yet. So came home, started laundry, decided let's just make a video, test this camera out, test the uploading out. That's actually probably gonna take a little more work, and go through some stuff. I hope everyone had a great holiday, no matter what you celebrate. I know the holidays are difficult for some people. Hopefully everyone got through okay and was able to spend some time with loved ones. We had a nice Christmas. It's very low-key for us. It used to be huge. Christmas used to be a big to-do because my dad is one of 10. So we would have Christmas morning at our house with my mom's dad, and then we would go to my grandmother's house and we'd shove 60 people in her trailer and eat in shifts, and it was a big old to-do and I loved it. Nowadays, my parents go to Florida for the winter. My sister has her big family, so they do Christmas morning on their own, and then usually, like this year, they went to their in-laws. So it was just the three of us. My son had me up at 4:45. I laid back down with him, and I think I managed to keep him semi-resting until 6, maybe 6:30. It was an early morning. So, but it was fun. We had a good time. I did get some really good crafty gifts I wanted to show. The camera was one. The cat just jumped on the table if it wiggled. So that was from the hubby. I had asked for some things to work on finishing. So my mom got me a set of the mini rulers. There's a 6x6, a 4x4, and then I think this has just like a little tiny one. I have a big quilting ruler. It's a 2x2, but this will be nice for really getting things straight. She also got me the oval templates and some circle templates. So I'm excited to use those. So I have those. John got me the camera. Oh, they got me, and I forgot it upstairs, one of those, the magnets on the long thing that when you drop a needle, which happens, you can find it. I got one of those from my sister and for my mom, and said that would be a good gift idea for me too. So they got one for me. So I got that. I got a 1-2-3 gift card from my parents. My sister spoils me every year, always has. She's the one when we were growing up, it's just the two of us, that Christmas Eve we would get to open one gift, and we would always open each other's because we knew it was fun. It was the fun gift. We're not getting each other Barbies anymore, but we still get each other the fun gift. So Donna got me 3 charts, Candy Cane Lane. There's a lot of glare today. We had snow yesterday, 2 days ago, Christmas, New Year's Eve, about 10 inches. It's condensed because it was warm, but it really reflects things, the light. Rack Stack by Plum Street. And T is for Turkey from Heartstring Samplery. So those will be fun. And then, as usually happens with her and I, she got something for me and I got the same thing for her. I had put it on my idea list, and then she was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get one for her too. So it is the Sulky Slimline case. It comes empty. That's the entirety of my Sulky collection. Figure out how it opens to show you. So it comes empty. I don't want to knock everything else off the table. It's really cool the way they have them in there. You kind of have to, I guess it comes apart, but I haven't fiddled with that yet. You bend these little things up and it pops up. And they're little hooks. So you slide it right on there, and then when it pops back down, it's held in by the case. They're not going anywhere. So that was cool, and I'm excited to get those where I can actually see them, to see the colors, to make some swaps. And then, as if that wasn't enough, she stitched for me. She made me this chart. It's by Fiddlesticks AU. I don't remember the name of it. It's the Princess Bride chart from Fiddlesticks AU. It'd be pretty easy to find. And hopefully, oh, there's gonna be terrible glare. So, fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, and miracles. She stitched that on a purple fabric using coloring cotton. So that is already on the nerd wall, proudly displayed on the nerd wall. I swapped out the Pokemon one. There's a couple up there that I'm like, oh, I'd really like to swap these out. One down. And I didn't have to do the work. Bonus. And then while we're over here, I will show you haul, because it is one thing that I ordered ages ago that finally came in. The Lakeside Needlecraft book. I think I ordered this in October, maybe even end of September. It was a November release, so I knew it wouldn't be coming for a while, and it came from the UK, so it just took a while. So it has 60 designs, and they're all the same size. 60 by 60 is, I think, what they were told to do. And they actually all kind of use the same color palette. So they all use these threads. I can't really show you a flip through because a lot of them are just charts, but there's some good ones in here. So the list, there's Alessandra Adelaide, Carolyn Manning, Clouds Factory, Doreen Jones, Fiddlesticks AU has a chart in here, Frosted Pumpkin, Ingleside Imaginarium. I know there's a Nora Corbett, Little Dove Designs, Pixel Parade, Tiny Modernist. So there's just some primitive hair. There's some really cute ones in there, and they're all winter. I think they might do other seasons. Those are all winter. They'd all be great, like ornament size. So I have that. All right, there's that stack. So what have I been working on since we talked? And we talked right before Christmas. Because the holidays, my son had week and a half off, week and 3/4. It was very quiet. I got a lot done. I have 3 finishes to show you, and then a couple FFOs because I'm working down that whip lift. So we will start it. And the first one is actually a refinish. I had done this chart. It's by Hands On Design. It was from, and I'm gonna grab my phone because good news. It's from the 2018 Keepsakes calendar, which is put out by Craftaways, which is kind of Hirschner's. But you can now get this. People have said that They emailed customer service at Hirschner's and asked for the winter chalkboard pattern from the 2018 Keepsakes calendar. This person says they got back to me within 24 hours. I was able to purchase the pattern for $4.99 shipped. So this chart is available. I had it finished just kind of on an 8x10 frame, and it never really did anything for me. So this year, I found this frame, this little pedestal at Hobby Lobby. It's one of their standard everyday things. So I just set it, and it falls out sometimes. I just set it in there, and it has an easel, so when it's standing, it stays still. I just kind of mounted it Priscilla style on another piece of fabric, and I used a little rickrack, and honestly, that's not even glued. I just tucked it in there. So I should glue it, but for now it's not even glued. So that one is redone. It's a refinish. And then the other finish, this actually is an FFO, since I've seen you. I was working on Button Up, which was the Prairie Schooler Button Up Sal. I started this chart with Misty from Luminous Fiber Arts and Amy of Amy Loves Toads, and a few other people joined us last Christmas. When I started working on whips, I wanted this one out of the pile because it was halfway done. I could display it in winter. It's not too Christmassy. I already had what I wanted to finish it on. I had that before I started. So I busted this one out. And it's funny because when I started it, Christmas, as soon as Christmas hits, I'm apparently not really wanting to stitch snow anymore, even though we have snow for months. I'm over snow. So I plugged through on this one. I did not enjoy it one bit. I finally put it away in like March. I gave up. I pulled it back out leading up to Christmas, and it didn't bother me one bit. I would finish a block, jump right to the next, jump right to the next, jump right to the next. So this one is done. I did mine horizontally because I'd already found, also not glued in there, so that needs to be done. I found this box, it's a drawer. I'd found it at Michael's last spring in the floral section. And I did the math and I knew it would fit right in there. So I did mine 2x4 and I left one block out. I left the most Christmassy block out. Mounted it on a piece of foam, obviously, that can tuck right in on some fabric. I just wrapped the lace around. I put a piece of styrofoam in there to kind of fill the space. I think I just need to put a magnet on said styrofoam. Styrofoam things. I hate styrofoam. So that one's done. Ugh, styrofoam. My next one's also on styrofoam. This was a new start. Worked up really quick. All done, ready to go. This is a gift, so I needed to get it done and ready so I could mail it out. So this is, I don't know the technical name. It was part of a series called Signposts by Mandarink Designs, but this is the Harry Potter signpost. So, Gringotts, Hogwarts, Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade, the Burrow. And I finished that as a cube on styrofoam, which hubby cuts for me because I can't stand styrofoam. It looks crooked. The post is straight, but then the lamp kind of juts this way, so it's straight-ish. This was on 18 count, Picture This Plus Sage. Button Up was on Faded Denim Ada from Luminous Fiber Arts, and the Winter Words was on Hand-Dyed by Stephanie Chalkboard, her chalk fabric, that now I can't think of the name of. So those are my FFOs. I also have some FOs, just two. So I pulled out my whip list, got them all written down. I did decide to UFO Santa's Village. I will finish the two that I had some way for next year and restart on better fabric. That project is going to take me a lifetime. What are you going to do? So once I UFO'd that, I kind of looked at what can I get done quickly. what's on there that's closest. And that was Merry Hollyberries by Brenda Gervais. I did mine on an 18 because I wanted it really small for an ornament. I think this is sterling. It's a scrap. I used cherry cobbler for the red. The other colors are called for. So he is done and ready. I mean, look at this scrap. It's got a little piece out of it, but I'm making a circle from one of my new circle templates, so I should be okay. The other one, button up was on there, I crossed that off. Merry Hollyberries, I crossed that off. The other one wasn't, it was kind of close, but this is the one that had been calling to me to get done. It's Pretty Little Paris by Satsuma Street. I started this in Mania. I stitched mine on 14 count Picture This Plus Mirage because I thought all the colors looked nice. I had to do up here, and then I had to do from the Louvre all the way up Moulin Rouge and the balloon. So I was halfway, a little more than half. This I can FFO anytime. Excuse me. They're going in white 10 by 10 frames. I was talking to my mom this weekend and I said, oh yeah, I finished that. I just need to pop. Do you have a frame? I said, yeah, I have a frame. You know, they're just the standard 10 by 10 frame from AC Moore. And then it dawned on me, AC Moore is closing. No longer standard from AC Moore. So I got up there yesterday and I bought 3 more frames. So that means in total I will have 6 frames. I have 6 cities. 2 of them are done. So all of the current cities I have a frame in waiting so that they'll all match. So that was my list. So that brought me down to 16 whips. And then I started something. So I actually ended the year with 17 whips. All right, so those are FFOs. Technically there's one more FFO in there, but we haven't got to it yet. So whips. Our Lasting Friendship, my stitching group, there are 8 of us that are doing this chart as a round robin. We all did the inside outline and the words, and then we're passing it around to do different motifs and put our initials in the middle, and then when we get it back, we'll put the outside border on. I was working on Wendy's, and I believe I showed this to you in progress, but it is now done. Hers is on, she's using the called for, so it's a legacy linen. Wendy, I worked on your linen. It was slow going with the called for colors. So this is hers so far. Hers could be a larger size than they call for, which is good for my eyeballs on the linen. Penny had done up here. I did the basket, the birds, these flowers, and my initials. So that is done. Ready to go on to the next person. And I don't even know whose I get next. I don't remember. We're swapping later this month, so I worked on that. I worked on that first because it's linen, and you guys know I'm not really a linen stitcher, and I didn't know how long it would take. I pulled out Prairie Schooler Seasons Winter because it's a small one, and I thought, oh, I could get that done. Yep. Except, like I said, as soon as Christmas hit, all of a sudden, I don't want to work on snow anymore. So, I got that much done. I had, like, the snowman. I filled in the house. I'm changing some colors. I'm using Sulky White. I don't know if it will get done for this winter or if it will be put away. This is on 16 count Storm, which is a nice bluey gray. Put the Christmas stuff away, and I pulled out my winter decorations, and I know I've said this before. Halloween for me goes on purple and Christmas goes on blue. Almost everything I have out is on blue. I might need to branch out. Mint green, brown, I don't know. Everything's on blue. So I was really craving a new start, but I was trying to work on whips. And then I realized 2 of the things I have on my whip list are actually series. So I started broomstick fuel, which is a new start, but it's on the whip list because it's a series. So that counts in my book. I'm doing these on 16 count fog. I'm using the called for colors. I am not using the Krynic because I already had a bunch of Petite Treasure braid, so I just made the colors work to use it up. The only other one I have done in that series is on the other side. Bat Bomb. These are actually pretty small. This is one of those 8 by 12 pieces. If I'd have played my cards right, I could have gotten 3 on there. So next time. So that counted as a new start. Whipped up really fast, couple 3 days. It was the only thing I was working on. But I can't cross it off my list yet. I bought this board at Joann's that says welcome with a bunch of potion bottles, and I want to hang them from below it. So I need to figure out how many I need. I think I need at least 5, possibly 6. And then my other new start, I don't have the cover page. This is Hugs and Kisses by Frosted Pumpkin. I wanted to have this up for Valentine's Day, so I started it. It's pretty much, I don't really need the cover chart because I'm really done except the border. So Hugs and Kisses and Candy Wishes. I used the called for colors. I did leave the faces off, a lot of the little things, the chocolates. So it has a solid border and then like a lacy bit around it. This is on Petals, which when you look at it looks like white. It is the palest of pale pink. Pale like my main skin, but pink. So that one should be done tomorrow, today. Depends on what's going on. And that's where I am. I just put my notes in that bag. Let me open that back up. Not that I had many notes left. So that's what I've been stitching. It seems like a lot, but like I said, over the break, we were pretty slow. My son's a video gamer and he got a new game for Christmas. So when he would play that, I would sit up there in the room with him and listen to him tell me all about the game and stitch. Back to school today. I think I heard this morning another storm this weekend. My son has decided he's a skier. So my husband has been taking him skiing. My husband is not a skier. Hadn't gone his entire adult life until they went like 3 years ago. And then Miles was like, well, I want to go skiing again. So they've been twice. They went Christmas Eve and New Year's Day. And you know, he's been 3 times in his entire 10-year existence, but he's now decided he's Black Diamond worthy. And then next time they go, he's going to do the Black Diamond. So we'll see. I did tell him, keep in mind that the Black Diamond, partially the reason they have it sectioned off for people who know how to ski is they don't want to be going slowly around people who have only skied 3 times in their life. So we'll see. When they went yesterday, I went up to Augusta, I hit up AC Moore, I went into Michael's. I didn't find too much, but I needed those frames, the 10 by 10 frames. So plans for me, keep going on the whip list. I need to figure out, I'll finish that little Valentine one and then figure out what's calling to me. So 17 whips. Some of them are series with multiple, the Scary Apothecary, and Seasons in Chalk. I got up through April. I pulled out May and I was going to work on that, but I used 3 browns and only 2 of them were in the bag, and I have no idea what the third one is. So luckily it wasn't a very big start because that may end up being restarted. And I really want to pull out Cut Through Haunted House by Bothy. So maybe if I pull that out and put it on the Q-Snap, I can jump in. Also, when I showed that, I don't think it's called Winter Garden, that's what I have it down as. It's the Rosewood Manor Forest that I showed in my whip parade. It's on the Joblin, so it's really difficult for me, but I really, really want to work on that again this year. Seeing it made me want to work on it. So I guess that's also the other good thing about doing whip parades, is you pull stuff out and you think, oh, I'd really like to do that. Oh, I also didn't show you my husband's stocking, which has been in progress for like 7 years. That's on my whip list. I still don't want to work on that. He doesn't care, but now my son is like, where's Daddy's stocking? Is Daddy gonna have a stocking? When are you gonna do Daddy's stocking? Daddy has a stocking. I bought it at the Christmas tree shop. He just doesn't have a fancy stocking. Neither do I. I don't have one either. So, all right. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll see how this upload goes. Hopefully there's no audio issues and it will work much better for me going forward. Everything looks nice and bright behind me and in focus from what I can tell. Hopefully the audio's okay. I hope everyone's having a good start of 2020. I've been watching whip parades and plan videos, and some people are very serious about their planning, and if that's what works for you, great. It intrigues me to see these plans where they're all laid out, because that's not how my brain works. I love a list. I love a list and I love crossing things off it. But last year I had plans. I got through most of them. I got the Rose done from Bent Creek. I got Tingles done, the 1 a month. I didn't get it FFO'd in time because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. Santa's Village ended up being a dud on that fabric. Year in Celebrations, I only got through April. So this year I didn't try and make big plans. I want to pare this whip list down. I will have a new start on my birthday in February. I already know what that is. I know I'll have new starts because there's stuff calling my name. So I just want to enjoy the process, I guess. All right, thank you, you guys. I'm gonna reach back there and try and figure out where the off button is because I can't see it. So I will talk to you later. Bye.